See you tonight.
What, are you going to wish me luck?
Oh, yeah, you got your second interview today, haven't you? Good luck.
You don't care whether I get the job or not, do you?
Yeah, I do.
In fact, you'd probably prefer it if I didn't.
That's not fair. I didn't say that. When did I say that?
Not in so many words.
I would never stop you from doing anything.
No, you just don't want to do anything with me.
I just don't want a mortgage, that's all.
So what do we do? Spend the rest of our lives in a bedsit?
Not the rest of our lives, but it'll do for the time being.
It's a dump.
I like it. Look, I've already told you what I think. Why do we have to go over it all again?
Because I want you to change your mind.
Well, I'm not going to. And it just annoys me when you keep going on about it.
You think I'm selling out, don't you?
Buying in, more like.
I'm still the same bloke underneath.
So you keep saying.
You don't believe me?
Well, I've got to go.
You can't just drop a bombshell like that, Tori, and walk out.
I'll be late. You'll be late for work.
We've got to sort this out, Toya. Once and for all. Please. It's important.
I wonder what Mark's up to. Seems funny to think that he's the other side of the world.
Oh, yes, very classy.
Let's have a look.
Hey, no sticky fingers. You can look at it with your eyes.
Michael Vernon Baldwin and Linda Sykes request the pleasure of your company.
At Delisle House, Wilmslow, Cheshire. Doesn't it sound posh?
You know, I'm getting worried about this wedding list of yours.
Just think I've invited too many people.
No. It's who you haven't invited I'm worried about.
Right, do you think I should invite more clients?
I think you should invite your family.
No, them.
Yes, all them. I mean, I would have thought it was more important to invite them than this Ellen Cooper.
I like Ellen Cooper.
And you don't like any members of your family?
No, as a matter of fact, Mike, I don't. And I don't want them at my big day.
Who's going to give you away?
Nobody.
Well, that's unusual, isn't it?
Do you care?
But I thought you wanted a big traditional wedding.
Yes, I do. And I don't want my family there to spoil it.
I really love you, Spider.
But?
I sometimes feel like we're going in different directions.
We're not.
I feel like ever since you took that job on, little by little you've been turning into someone else.
I still believe in the same things I always did.
But you never really talk about what you believe in anymore. Not like you used to. And
I've mellowed a bit, that's all.
that's why you're suddenly in favour of mortgages.
Everybody is entitled to own their own home.
Funded by the same banks who screw the third world.
Funded by an ecologically sound building society, actually.
It's the slippery slope, Spider. Next you'll be saying it's all right to eat meat.
That's crap and you know it. In fact, that proves how wrong you are.
It was a massive compromise for you taking that job. And it changed you.
Don't agree.
I used to love listening to you talk. You had so much enthusiasm and commitment. Now you come home, you sit down, you moan about the people who come into your office.
I moan about the inequalities of the system.
You moan about them. Why can't they fill in the forms in properly? Or you wouldn't believe the idiot I had in today.
Yeah, well, everybody gets frustrated with their job, working day in, day out.
So leave. Do something you really want to.
And what do we live on?
I don't know. I don't care, we'll get by.
I don't want to get by.
Becoming a supervisor at the Dole office and getting a mortgage on a semi's getting by. It's hardly going to change the world, is it?
Jackie, my jobbing's going to change the world, is it?
No, but you should want to. You used to want to. That's what I liked about you best.
So, unless I'm up a tree or chained to a railing, you're not interested in me?
I just think you've lost some of your fire.
I'm trying to build a future for you and me. Now, if that means making some compromises along the way, then I'm prepared to do it.
Not for my sake, I hope. I'd sooner you went back to the way you were.
Toya, everybody has to play the game to some extent. Maybe when you're a bit more grown up, you might see that.
Don't talk down to me. I'm not one of your claimants.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean that.
You never used to talk to me like that.
I said I'm sorry. I'm just trying to make you understand.
Oh, I understand, all right. I just don't like it. Any of it.
Usually there's one or two that are a bit weak, but these are looking great, Fettel.
And Monica's doing all right.
Yeah, she's done brilliant, isn't ya?
I was trying to think of names for them all.
Oh, no, I wouldn't. It'd just make it harder to give them away.
Oh, yeah, maybe you're right.
Here, have either of you seen Norris?
No?
No?
Well, he never come home last night. I wonder where he's got to.
Oh, I say, who's the lucky lady then?
Rita, as a matter of fact.
Me?
A token of my esteem for last night. I know Lily's are your favourites.
Oh, thank you. So, what's all this then? Love amongst the dolly mixtures?
Oh, I gave poor Norris a bed for the night. Or should I say a settee?
It was luxury compared to what I've been used to.
Well, I believe you. Thousands wouldn't. I'll have all those lot, please, Mum.
I was in dire straits. If it hadn't been for Rita, I could have ended up sleeping on a park bench.
Oh, don't lay it on. That's 12:30 order, please.
So what happened with your room at the Weatherfield Plaza, then?
Weatherfield Animal Hospital, more like. I'm serious. It's 101 Dalmatians down there.
Tyrone's dog had pups on his bed.
Oh, did she? Oh, bless her.
Bless her. Bless her, it contravenes every hygiene guideline in the book. They're practically vermin.
So I thought Tyrone's dog was a pedigree greyhound.
I don't care if she's supreme champion at Crufts. I'm not sharing a bed with her.
Oh, dear.
I nearly didn't recognise you there, mate. What's with the new whistle?
Interview.
Yeah, what for?
Team supervisor.
First or second?
Second.
God, talk about fast track. You've only been here a few months. Whose back you been scratching?
Nobody's.
You're having an affair with Fincher.
Leave off.
Well, someone's putting a smile on her face, and you're obviously well in there if you've been called for a second interview.
Oh, don't be ridiculous.
That's why they call you Spider, isn't it? Because you're a crawler.
Very funny.
But just out of interest, how do you square this, you know, with your anarchist convictions? I mean, I can see how shredding someone's file, that's a touch subversive.
That was never proved.
But team supervisor? Smacks of capitulation to me, mate. Unless, of course, you're trying to infiltrate the higher echelons.
Yeah, well, I mean, the higher up you go, the more chance you get to help people.
Is that what you're going to tell them in your interview?
Sort of.
Get out of it. I knew they'd get you in the end.
Rubbish.
You care more about your pension than you do about welfare policy. Admit it.
Haven't you got work to be getting on with?
Me? I'm the other candidate.
Would you like to come through, please, Geoffrey?
Good luck.
You know, Rita, the more I think about it, the more I feel I've come to the end of the line.
I beg your pardon?
That menagerie Vera calls a bed and breakfast. Bad and breakfast, more like. They should be added up by the trade's descriptions.
You mean you're thinking of moving off?
Well, just one night of civilised company and drinking from a cup that wasn't cracked has made me realise what I've been putting myself through.
Hey, but you'd be hard put to find somewhere as handy as Vera's.
Well, I did wonder if...
Don't even think about it.
No, I thought we got on rather well last night, and I think you'll find him a bit of a whiz with a vacuum cleaner.
No offence, Norris, but I think we spend enough time together as it is. Besides, I treasure my privacy.
No, you're quite right. I was just flying a kite, really.
Anyway, there's barely room for one up there.
Yes. And it would set tongues wagging.
Oh, it would.
But I might have to prevail on you for a little while until I can find something permanent.
Must you?
Rita, surely you wouldn't throw me out on the street.
I would, if you don't find somewhere by weekend.
Mike, you might worship the ground Mark walks on, but not everybody's like that. Some people don't like the family. Some people can't wait to move out to get away from him.
Why? Did you have an unhappy childhood?
We were always skint. We had a lot of rows. But if you mean, did me dad knock me mum about? No, he didn't. I just don't want them at my wedding, that's all.
You sure it's not your way of keeping me away from them?
Why would I want to do that?
Because you wouldn't want them to know you're marrying a man that's old enough to be your grandfather.
I don't be daft. I'm not ashamed of you.
Then why is it I've never met them?
Because I don't care about them. I don't even want them to know where I live. And if that sounds cold-hearted, well, I'm sorry, but it's the way it is. And I'm not inviting them to my wedding just because it's what I'm supposed to do.
All right, if that's the way you feel, I won't mention the subject again.
Thank you.
Mr. Nugent?
Sorry?
I was asking what particular qualities you feel you can bring to the position of team supervisor.
I intend to turn the whole system on its head and revolutionise.
Yes?
The staff rota.
Ah.
In fact, if you give me the job, you'll see an immediate improvement in efficiency right across the whole department.
Well done, Geoffrey. The job's yours.
Really?
Good as. Don't tell anyone until it's official. But Keith Hallam was very impressed.
Oh, great. Cheers.
You know, when you first joined, I thought you were a real pain in the you-know-what. Now I think you're one of the best prospects I've seen in years.
Thanks.
Very pally, aren't we?
No.
I saw the way she slipped her arm round you just then.
Just leave it to him, will you, eh? Can I help you?
I got this letter. Says you're cutting me income support. Sit still while Mum is talking, love.
Rick, you started work recently, yeah?
Only part-time. I can't work full-time with these two to look after.
Oh, right, you're a single parent, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, you see, the thing is, you've gone over the maximum amount of hours you can work before your benefit's affected.
How do you mean? That can't be right.
Well, yeah, you see, you can only work under 15 hours before your benefit's reduced.
Sit still, please, Leah. The reason I got the job was because we can't live on income support.
Yeah, I know, but you see, once you work over 15 hours, then they're going to cut your benefit down.
There's no need to talk to me like I'm stupid.
Sorry.
I can't win, can I? You give me the money with one hand, you take it off me with the other.
Yeah, look, it was all explained to you in the leaflet you were given when you first claimed.
I get £3 an hour for packing boxes. It's hardly worth me while in the first place without you docking me benefit.
Yeah, well, there's nothing I can do about that, I'm afraid.
Do you have any idea what it's like bringing up 2 kids on your own? Do you?
Well, no, look, it explains it all in the
We're
leaflet.
not exactly living in the lap of luxury, you know. There's times when we can't afford to eat.
Yeah, look, I'll have a word with my supervisor, all right?
Of course, there's always the flat.
What flat?
Well, Alec's flat. Very bijou, very me. And we'd be neighbours.
No, I think he's putting it on the market.
Well, it was just a thought.
Oh, so you're alive then?
Yes. Yes, I'm alive. But whether I've contracted some rare canine virus remains to be seen.
You should have phoned me if you weren't coming home. I mean, for all I knew, you could have been lying dead in the gutter.
If I had been in the gutter, Vera, I would have been more comfortable there than I ever was in your so-called B&B.
How do you mean?
I've slept in some rough establishments in my time, but never before I've been expected to share my bed with a litter of pups.
You could have stayed in Tyrone's room, or Mr. Eckersley's. He's not coming back from Aberdeen till Friday.
No, I wouldn't want to put you out. I mean, I'm only a humble paying guest.
Are you being sarcastic?
How are the mother and babies, by the way? I trust they had a restful night.
Yes, you are being sarcastic.
I might pop round later with a card for them. I can settle up and pack my bags while I'm at it.
Oh, moving out, are you?
Moving out? Moving out? I've been hounded out, literally.
Look, she didn't pick your room on purpose.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if she did. It was the only clean room in the house.
Well, you cheeky...
Oh, come on, Vera. It's hardly a palace, admit it.
I keep that house spotless.
Spotless? The carpet outside my bedroom door hasn't seen a vacuum cleaner the entire time I've been there.
Listen, you, I do that carpet twice a week.
If you want to know what clean looks like, you should go upstairs and look at Rita's flat.
Oh, so is that where you're staying, is it?
Rita's kindly offered to put me up until I can find something permanent.
Hey, leave me out of this.
Poaching my clientele? Well, what a dirty trick.
I've done nothing of the sort.
Well, I just think you must be desperate, you, for company, if you want to look at that ugly mug first thing on a morning. Yes.
Why are you asking me this? You know what the policy is.
Yeah, but the policy doesn't seem very fair. So I'm asking, is there anything else we can do to help her?
We already do help her.
No, we don't. We penalise her for working.
Do you think she should be allowed to earn as much as she likes without her benefit being affected?
She should be able to earn enough to live on.
She could always get a full-time job.
She's trying to raise 2 kids on her own.
Tell her to find herself a husband. Just deal with it, please, Jeffrey.
Why are we doing this? Why are we always putting the boot into those who can defend themselves the least? Hey? Keeping them down. Walking around with our fingers in our ears. Force them into low-paid, demeaning jobs. And for what? So that our glorious government can give tax cuts to the fat cats? Well, I've had enough. I reckon it's time we all stood side by side, shoulder to shoulder. We've got to work towards a common goal. None of this divide and rule. Not picking on the weakest. Especially single mums. So come on, you lot, what you say? You with me? Eh? No? Yeah, well... Oh, yeah.
Leslie, what about you?
Hey, Jim, what?
Mind if I ask you a personal question?
What in the name of God were you two playing at last night?
Why?
Well, some of us have to get up early, you know, get out of bed and go to work. You two didn't shut up till 2 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, sorry, mate, that was me. I was trying to straighten some forks.
What with, the sledgehammer?
Don't be daft, he'd break him.
Look, Dennis, why don't you just try straighten them out like normal human beings, you know, with your hands, nice and quietly?
Oh, no, not forks you eat, with forks on a motorbike.
Look, what it is, I dredged up a Vincent out of the canal, and me and him are doing it up.
Vincent, you're joking?
Yeah, Black Shadow, 1956.
Audrey, can I have a word?
I don't know, you dare show your face dragging Alf Roberts' good name through mud like that.
Leave it, Fred.
You're not half the man he were. I say you're not fit to lick his boots.
Fred, shut up.
Well, I just want to say how sorry I am the way things have escalated the way they have. I mean, the last thing I intended when I wrote the piece was to upset you, or anyway, to denigrate Alf's name.
Really?
I mean, Alf was a dear friend, someone I respected enormously. I'm not saying that what happened isn't my fault, but it wasn't intentional.
Oh, well, that's a typical journalist, isn't it? I mean, write the first thing that comes into your head and then worry about the consequences later.
I hold up my hands, that's a very accurate analysis.
Well, Ken, it's a bit late in the day to start doing that.
Well, I was wondering if I could write a tribute piece on Alf.
Certainly make a change to the carping.
A full-scale retraction would be in order.
Well, I don't think my editor would go for that, but a short piece about what a man of principle Alf was. What a credit to the community.
I'm so glad you've come in. I've been worrying about you all morning.
There's no need.
Yet there was. I said some horrible things to you.
You only said what I already knew. Deep down, anyway.
So, how did it go this morning?
Yeah, it went really well. Superbly, in fact.
Good. I'm glad.
But not the way you think.
Why? What happened?
Well, I feel like I've been living under a spell this last 6 months. Yeah, I felt like I was being brainwashed.
Spider, what happened?
I jacked the job in.
Come on, Ben, spit it out.
It's Paula.
Oh, you haven't fallen out again.
No, it's nothing like that. In fact, she's supposed to be coming over next week.
Well, then.
Well, I'm excited about it, but well, I'd be stupid if I weren't worried as well.
Why?
Well, she lives nearly 70 miles away for a start.
Look, you can see it at weekends.
What happens if I'm working weekends? What happens if she is?
Oh, sure, you can work it out so that you're both off together.
Well, we can do that, but then we won't have any time for each other because we've both got kids to bring up.
Well, listen, me and Aunt Jack can babysit if you want.
What happens if we do get half an hour to ourselves and then we've got nothing to say to each other?
Oh, you will.
And where's everybody going to sleep?
Look, you better sort it out. I know you will.
Come in, Jim, lad, come in.
Well. sucking diesel, boys. That really is a black shadow. Look at the cut of that V-twin engine, eh? I feel I should kneel down in reverence.
You know a bit about bikes, then?
Oh, aye. Well, I ought to, you know. I had a bike repair shop round the corner for a bit.
Did you?
Aye. Did indeed, aye. Well, it didn't work out, you know. I had to get rid of it.
You're thinking what I'm thinking?
Aye. Brings a tear to the eye just looking at her. Do you know, when this beastie was built, she was the best thing on the road. Even when they stopped making her. It was 10 years before and no one could touch her.
Well, I don't suppose you fancy rekindling your interest, do you?
No, we've got plenty of enthusiasm. It's just the actual know-how we're a bit short of.
I understand where you're coming from, boys. Don't worry. You're going to have problems even if you find the right spare parts, let me tell you.
Well, we thought we could get them second-hand, you know, from magazines or the internet.
I understand. Mind you, be mighty crack, eh? Getting her back on the road for a bit of sport, eh?
Hey, does that mean you'll help us then?
Aye, go on then.
Okay.
Hiya. See, you got rid of the suit.
I'm just meditating. I won't be a tick.
Sit with Callum. See, you chucked all that bump about mortgages away. What's this? Plane tickets?
Oi, don't look at those. It's meant to be a surprise.
Sorry. Are we going on holiday?
Not a holiday as such. More of a journey. A spiritual journey.
Not the Millennium Dome.
You don't think I'll be that crest, do you? No, when I got home earlier, I started thinking. I don't want to go from one dead-end job to another. I want to get in touch with what really matters. I want us to get in touch with what really matters. So I went to the travel agents, and I got those.
India?
Yep. We leave on Friday.